Short sale in real estate. If you don't know what a short sale is in real estate, you've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Dohn Thornton. I'm the short sale guy. I've been working exclusively in short sales as an investor for almost 20 years now. I've helped well over 2,500 homeowners in that period of time to save their credit. And I've trained countless other investors and real estate agents to better monetize the short sale opportunity and how to make more money. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what is a short sale in real estate, what's the biggest lie out there about short sales, and how you can make insane amounts of money if you focus or at least put a lot of effort into working the short sale niche. All right, so let's get right down to it. What is a short sale? A short sale in a nutshell is when the mortgage company or the homeowner owes more than the property is actually worth. For example, let's say that the homeowner owes $200,000 on the mortgage, and it could only be sold for $150, $150,000, I should say. That is typical of being upside down or underwater, whichever whichever slang term you use or jargon in the industry that you use. So in a situation like that, the homeowner would have to sell the property for $50,000 higher than it's actually worth in order to get a full payoff to the mortgage company, which of course is not going to happen. So the banks about 25 years ago, they set up a program called a short sale, which will allow a homeowner to sell the property for what the property is worth. So let's say in this scenario, the bank will say, okay, you can sell it for $150,000, and the $50,000 that is owed or is not paid at closing, the bank will write off and forgive. So it is the best way to get out from a foreclosure situation or a situation where you can't sell it and you can't make the payments and you're going to lose the property to the foreclosure auction. So what are some of the benefits really quickly? Number one, you get the situation taken care of with the least possible damage to your credit. Okay. So number two, you don't have any closing costs or commissions. The bank pays everything. Number three, if you live in the house, very, very good chance you can get a relocation incentive, which means you can get, $3,000 to $5,000 typically at closing for the bank to help, incentivize you to leave without any problems and to go ahead and continue with or complete the foreclosure or the short sale transaction. And then it is by far, it does the least damage to your credit. In a foreclosure auction or in a deed in lieu of foreclosure, it'll be a minimum of 7 years before you can qualify for a conventional mortgage. In a short sale, it's only 2 years. Okay, so no closing costs, no commissions, no out-of-pocket expenses. Only 2 years to be able to qualify for their mortgage. It closes it out, and you don't have any outstanding balances, no deficiency judgments. So a short sale by far is the best solution for a homeowner to get out from under a situation where there's no way they can save the house and they want to limit their damage. This is all about loss mitigation, limiting the damage to their credit, limiting the damage to their wallet, and limiting the damage to the long-term financial consequences of a very unpleasant problem that needs to be solved in as efficient way as possible. So what I want to do now is, if you had any if you want to see videos like this, because I do these things multiple times during the day, I have so much knowledge and experience that I want to share with you. Make sure you go to the button down below and subscribe, and then also click on the bell so you get notifications when my new video comes out, because you don't want to miss them, because I'm just sharing knowledge like this. I'm like a fire hose of value and knowledge I'll be giving to you. Okay, let's talk about the biggest lie out there about short sales. And it's hard to really narrow it down to one, because there's so much fake news out there, for want of a better term. And I hate to sound and use that cliche, but I constantly hear that you shouldn't do a short sale because, oh my gosh, you'll get a 1099, which a 1099 means that the bank will issue you a 1099 tax statement, which is telling the IRS that they forgave a certain amount of money. In our scenario, they forgave $50,000 worth of debt. So they're going to say to the IRS, hey, we forgave $50,000 of this debt. And the IRS is going to say, okay, well, we're going to consider that income. And they're going to, say you owe taxes on that $50,000. Okay. In the letter of the law, yes, but in the spirit of the law, I can only tell you that. I mean, I tell you that all the 2,500 or plus homeowners I've helped, no one has ever had to worry about a 1099. Now you will get a 1099, okay? A short sale, full disclosure, you get a 1099 tax notification. But what people don't realize is that if you let the property go to foreclosure auction and it sells for less than what is owed, and there's $50,000 left over, you will get a 1099. If you would do the deed in lieu of foreclosure, and the bank gets it back, and then they will sell it, and when it sells and it sells for less than the full payoff, you will get a 1099. So in other words, a 1099 is unavoidable, okay? But here's the deal. There's a couple of mitigating things that you can learn. I'll just throw this out here really quickly, but I want to give you a disclosure that I'm not a tax professional. I'm not licensed. I cannot give you tax advice. What I can do is tell you what I've seen and urge you to contact your own tax advisor. If your mortgage was included in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, then the IRS does not consider loan amounts forgiven in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy to be taxable income. So if you were in a bankruptcy, then the 1099 is irrelevant because the IRS does not consider a taxable event. You're taking a huge loss when for that financial year when the short sale closes, and so your tax advisor, talk to your tax advisor about being insolvent for that year. Okay, now that's as far as I'm going to go. But again, if you talk to a competent tax advisor, they will understand what that means and they can advise you on how best to do that. So that is probably the biggest lie that I've seen. So I'd like for you to put something in the comments if this resonates with you, or if you had the same misconception or you believe this lie about short sales. In the comments, go ahead and write it. I'd love to engage with you. I'd love to have some back and forth about what you think about short sales and some of the biggest misperceptions you have. And I'm here to bring light and knowledge to an area that's often very murky with I say fake news again, for want of a better term. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how you can make an insane amount of money in short sales. Here's why. Nobody wants to do them. Hardly anybody wants to do them. And think about this. If you're an investor and you're saying to yourself, or you're doing your out there, you're beating the bushes, you're doing your marketing, you're contacting distressed sellers, maybe it's a foreclosure list, maybe it's bandit signs, maybe someone responded to you, and it turns out that they're upside down, they need a short sale. And for most people, most investors, they're going to say, well, wasting my time on that one, I can't do anything about it. You can make money on this. But what I say, I live by the philosophy of keep it simple, stupid, KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. What you don't want to sit there and learn how to do short sales because it's so complicated now. When I first got started in 2002 and 2003, it was much easier. I could do everything myself, but I've had to specialize as I've gotten into this and how short sales have become more sophisticated and more complicated. My advice is to work with an experienced investor who has a team and has a machine, basically. And I have the short sale cash machine, that's what I call it, where I am establishing a network of wholesalers and investors all over the country. So when you get an upside down lead and you can't do anything with it, come with me, bring it to me, and we can joint venture. And then you can make money, you can monetize and set up an extremely lucrative second income source from what you've already been doing, which is finding distressed sellers. So that is great. And if you're a real estate agent, most agents do not want to list the short sales. They don't want to be involved in them because, like we know, they can take forever. If you don't know what you're doing to close, there's no guarantee you will get your commission, because what happens, the bank puts up a really high price and they won't budge from it, and you can't sell it, and it goes to foreclosure auction. So with us, you don't have to worry about that. And you can get a referral commission at closing, but you can just, again, monetize a lead or a listing lead that you don't want anyway. And it's awesome because then everybody wins. And you can rely on us to do all the heavy work, all the heavy lifting for you. And you just pass it on, sign the referral agreement, and then wait to get your check. That's amazing. So what I want you to do is I want you to go below to the description, and there's a link. There's a couple of links. If you're an investor, there's a link there. If you're a real estate agent, there's a link. And I want you to click on those. And I want you to send some information, fill out the form and say, hey, I want to know more about this. I want to know how, give me some information about how to work with you, because I want to also learn how to make amazing money in short sales. So this is the, what is a short sale in real estate? And I look forward to talking with you again. And thanks again for your attention. And I'll see you next time.